So right now on the phone, heavy breathing is Brian. Brian will be on the Dumpster Fireside Chats podcast with us from time to time. He works nights during the weeks, so his availability is a little limited. Maybe if he's slow at work, we can get him to call in, just like he has called in right now to the show. Actually, I called you, so I guess technically you can't call that calling in now, can you, Brian?
Well, I'm also very bad about answering the phone here for numbers, so we'll see how this goes in the future.
Well, I mean, you have my number.
Yeah, but it keeps coming up as restricted, so I don't answer it.
I swear I thought I fixed that. Anybody listening out there that has an iPhone 8 Plus, when I first got my phone, I went into the settings and I went to block my number. And as soon as I did that, that option disappeared. I cannot fix it. I went to the quote-unquote Google Apple geniuses, and they said, in typical Apple form, you just have to buy a new one. Like,
nah, that's how they get you.
I mean, that's when you buy Apple, that's what you sign up for, is if you want something fixed, you have to buy the latest and greatest thing. So, Brian,
I've only had PC and Android, so I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So,
yeah, I would not recommend going to Apple for you. It's the phone for dumb people, I feel like, and I am definitely dumb. And if you're listening to this podcast, we are almost 2 minutes in, and you can already tell that. So, Brian right now is
we're up to a banger here. Yeah, we're pretty much already proving how intelligent we are. I'm heavy breathing on a treadmill.
Yeah, Brian.
Shows how seriously I'm shows how seriously I'm taking this conversation. I did drop the speed down, so.
Are you down at like a 2 or a 3 out of 10 on the speed?
Yeah, I'm at a 2. I was at a 3 here when we got on. Now I'm at a 2 here, so.
Oh, wow.
Highest incline, but.
Oh, wow. How high is the incline, does it say? In like
15.
degrees? Okay, so is that like 15 degrees, or is that just like 7?
I'm assuming 50? So. I'm never really quite sure. It's just the highest, just go to the highest
I'm
number.
going to need the make and model serial number of this treadmill so I can look up the owner manual, just so I can know what the setting is.
Sol F63.
Okay. Well, you were better than most people.
And there's a fan on here to match the one fan of our podcast.
You were better than most people because most people just use a treadmill to hold their dirty laundry. You actually use it. You usually watch sports while doing it.
Oh, no, I've got a shirt drying on the arm right here.
Well, so. I mean, at least you're still using it. Like most, treadmills and ellipticals across the country since the whole workout phase or workout breakout in the mid-2000s. Yeah, the mid-2000s started. They put that. What was it? NBC had that show, The Biggest Loser. I still think they have that show, don't they?
It came back, I think, with that the trainer, that Bob Harper guy who had the heart attack.
Yeah, And then
he came back as like the host of it or something.
And then what's her name? Julian Michaels, I believe was her name.
I don't think she was involved with the reboot of it.
Yeah,
she was on the original one. That's how she got famous.
Yeah, and then they're on TV or every infomercial. Promoting their new ab lounge or stair stepper or new diet program or whatever.
Right.
But speaking of which, I love the fact that the guy from Tybo came back in those Geico commercials. I remember doing Tybo. We went to the same middle school, Brian and I. We've known each other since 2004 and
7th grade, probably when we
Yeah, because I moved to Minnesota. We're out of Minnesota, by the way. If you're listening to that, then you probably are friends of ours or acquaintances of ours, and you already know this. But
and the pseudonyms don't even make sense because you know who we are. So,
so in our middle school, we had to go to the Performing Arts Center, which is basically just a little makeshift stage. Well, it's actually more of a pro stage with like.
Well, I mean, it was kind of like this theater stage area, but it was just kind of like this basic room or something,
Well, it was a part of the cafeteria with a folding wall to separate it for We didn't even use it for band concerts, did we? Because we did the band concerts.
No, we were in the main room at the cafeteria.
Yeah, and we were up on the what is it called? The bleachers. I don't know why I couldn't figure out the word bleachers, but apparently I can't. So. Back to Tybo. He's in these Geico commercials. I love it. We used to have to do Tybo in middle school. I know outside of the people that I know that we went to middle school with, I've never heard anybody else doing Taibo in any other middle school, including the ones surrounding ours. So I guess we were just that special. Right. We didn't get that many Scholastica
I mentioned
book
that to
days, but
right. No, yeah, I've mentioned that to other people, at my work or even with my parents, oh, Billy Blanks, I forgot about this guy. And they're like, well, who is he? Well, he did that Taibo. He was Taibo. Jab, jab, punch, kick, double time, go.
Yeah, the double time go. I mean, that sounds like a Japanese anime band, double time go, but which I wouldn't know. I don't watch anime, so.
Seeing as how I'm on a treadmill, anybody remember the band OK Go?
Oh, yeah, that treadmill music video. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, crap. I tried to dance on the treadmill. I almost fell.
When did that come out? That was early.
Oh, that was mid-thousands.
Yeah.
Mid-thousands.
And everyone was like, oh my God, this is the greatest music video anybody could ever curate. And
I'm also realizing that this is just a fantastic way to show off our attention deficit, considering how we're pretty much just now, the conversation's just bouncing off the walls here.
Hey, man, this is free-flowing conversation. This is what we came here for. At least I came here for. I don't know.
Hey, does anybody remember a cronut?
A what?
Oh, see, I'm just giving off examples of how we're just bouncing off the walls of this conversation. So.
Okay, going back to our first kind of rabbit hole of treadmills and electrical machines collecting dirty laundry in people's houses since the early or mid 2000s. Remember the Wii Fit board? About how we
try to get all the kids who got fat here to exercise.
Yeah, all the moms that took their kids to McDonald's 4 days a week, and surprise, your kid is 100 pounds overweight for his size or for his age, and so good on Nintendo, trying to make working out into video games. It never stuck. The Wii is awesome. I still have one. Still have Wii Sports. Still play it.
Well, I think who also had who came out with kind of like that the VR thing, the original one. It was the camera that would mimic your motions.
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's
that PlayStation or Xbox? Somebody's
yelling at us right now, listening to this, knowing exactly what you're talking about. I don't know. The only one I know right now is the Oculus, which I refuse to get because it's through Facebook. And
this was way back before the Oculus and stuff like that.
Well, so was the invention of the car and the airplane. But you gotta give me a little. I'm telling you right now, I don't for the life of me know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of remember it or something. But yeah, it was kind of like the Wii, but it was like a camera you attached to your Xbox or something.
Oh, and, the Xbox Connect. That's what we're talking about, yeah.
It's you could do Madden or something and mimic the quarterback.
Yeah. The Xbox Connect. Those.
We probably, if somebody was listening to this, they were probably and we have a couple friends here who if they listen to that, are probably just shouting at it.
Yeah, they're yelling right now. They missed their turn. You missed your Lindale Avenue exit on 494 about 2 miles ago. So after you pass 35W, go ahead and what's the next one after 35W? I think you're kind of screwed. No, Penn. Penn is after 35W. So go ahead and turn around on Penn, get back eastbound, so you can get back to Lindale.
No need to get upset. Just flip it around.
Yeah, I actually was on 494 today. That's the only reason why I remembered where Lindale, Penn, and 35W were in a quarter proximity to each other. Holy crap, I cannot talk. Which a lot of you listening right now are thinking, yes, you can't, so please stop. I was just up there. I had to go up to the Richfield Best Buy because this was the only Best Buy that had this 3.5 millimeter to 1/4 inch cable that I needed for you to be able to talk to me over the phone and people could actually hear it. And I haven't been on the freeway in a while. I haven't because I live 5 minutes from my work. It's all through city streets. I think the fastest I go, speed limit wise, is 50 miles an hour for maybe a minute. So,
right,
going on the freeway, my God, are people stupid out there? They don't know how to drive at least the speed limit. They don't know how to speed up on an on-ramp to match freeway speed. That's what an on-ramp is for. You're speeding up to safely merge at the posted speed limit of that freeway you're going onto, or a highway, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And people just cannot figure it out. Like 35 miles an hour trying to merge onto 65 miles an hour. It doesn't work. There's a whole lot of brake lights. There's a whole lot of fuck yous. There's a whole lot of horn honking. And if that's in the middle of the weekday, non-pandemic, or not middle of the weekday, but, rush hour, not even, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and just somebody trying to merge like that, that's where traffic jams come from. Once everybody starts hitting the brakes, it just works all the way down. So now, let's go back to who I'm actually talking to on the phone with. This is Brian. As you know, we were in Tybo together in middle school. Went to the same middle school, went to the same high school, graduated the same year. I only graduated because I had to pay off a couple of teachers and had to go to summer school once. So
no, you cheated off my test exams. That's how.
Yeah. And for those who are shocked that me, have to go to summer school, you're probably dumber than I am. You know what happened while I was in that summer school? Michael Jackson died. I was in class, and they said Michael Jackson died. And for the rest of the day, we watched, they turned on MTV in class, and we watched their marathon of Michael Jackson videos. All day.
Back when they, played music in music videos?
Well, that was still, like, MTV back then still didn't play music videos that often.
The TRL days?
Yeah. It was back in, like, what was that dating show? Next? Where there was a busload
There was Next and, like, Real World and...
Yeah, and then...
well, didn't they have, like, Room Raiders was another one, kind of?
Yeah, and then that's when Cribs was huge and wasn't Punk'd on MTV.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one. That's the only like network or network that would pick that show up. I think
the only network that would employ Ashton Kutcher for a while, until not How I Met Your Mother, until 3 or 2.5 Men needed somebody, and then they were desperate enough, and they're like, "Oh, we can't get worse than Charlie Sheen."
They always needed like a decently good-looking inbred Iowan. So
I mean.
I apologize to you inbred folk down in Iowa whose prom date you probably killed the next day for pulled pork.
Wow, okay. That's Brian's thoughts of Iowa because he is not a native of Wisconsin, but your family is. That's where your ancestry is, right?
We've got family connected to Wisconsin right there. Our parents grew up there.
The only reason why you're talking to me right now is because why? The Bears are losing at this moment?
Oh, no, that game's on. I'm watching. I've got a TV directly in front of the treadmill here, so kind of like a gym setup.
Why? So. Okay, what's the score? 14-3, right?
I believe so, yeah. I just saw the same score, so 14-3.
I got Twitter's what's trending up on my screen in front of me right now. So, yeah, it says 14-3 in the third.
Nickelodeon is picking up this game.
Yeah,
too.
I watched that for a little bit. Did you hear the fuck that was dropped on Nickelodeon?
Huh. Oh yeah, what was it? The penalty on Cordero Patterson, and he goes like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, so that was picked up hot by Nickelodeon, and I don't know why. I thought they would be on a delay.
He said puck. He said, "What the fuck? Anybody remember Rocket Power?" Yeah. That's what he said.
Like, why would they not be on a delay? You're making this game for kids, like kids friendly to watch.
Oh yeah,
and you know that NFL players swear, and it gets picked up on hot mics all the time. So why would you not be on a 7-second delay?
We didn't hear it all the time because of the crowd noise.
Yeah,
and all that.
And this year, or this past actual 11 months, 10 months, has been the best sports-wise for picking up hot mic moments. Like when the Justin Jefferson one, where he's yelling at Kirk Cousins, "Make the fucking throw, Kurt." Fuck. Like,
yeah. He
claimed that was out of, like, frustration that he thought he was open and Kurt was looking the other way, but... He And everybody, you know how the media gets, you know, the whole, Justin Jefferson doesn't trust Kirk Cousins.